All right, we're back, folks. If you guys watched the last card, our last prediction, it was probably one of our worst predictions ever. That was bad. We were on a nice little win streak for a while with some nice win streak bets, right? We had that Makayev, the Bilal Muhammad, and a few others that were just hitting, and then, boom, UFC 305. No excuses, but this was one of the busiest weeks for me because we had ADCC, CJI, and UFC. So I'm helping doing picks and odds for ADCC, right? You got 16 men in each bracket. You got like 5 weight divisions plus the women's. And BetUS actually had ADCC to bet on, so that was tough. And then CJI, that's another 16-man bracket for 2 weight classes, so 32 people. You gotta, study, research, look into for odds and stuff like that, and just helping with making odds maker stuff. And then, of course, UFC. Going back, as soon as I talked to one of my friends about this, as soon as I seen that press conference and I seen Izzy start crying at the press conference, I was like, oh no. That right away, red flags for me off the bat. I was like, he's physically ready to go, but mentally he's absolutely not ready to go. And shout out to Dricus, man, because Dricus is the real deal. I thought Izzy was doing actually pretty good on there, and the feet landed some great body shots and stuff. But Dricus is a dog, man, and, he is the king of Africa. Yeah, man. The Dricus du Plessis is the real king of Africa. Yeah, he is the real deal. Izzy's done, man. I'm not going to lie. He's going to have to work his way up to a title shot if he ever gets there. I don't think he's going to get there. I don't think he's mentally there anymore, just from watching some of the interviews, and he just doesn't seem mentally there, to be honest. But I'll tell you right now, if they do a Black Panther movie, Dricus better be the new Black Panther star, bro, because he is the real king of Africa. And I believe he's the only African-born champion, I believe, on the roster. So shout out to Dricus, man. That guy's insane. I did not, man. He's sloppy. He drops his head and just wings punches, but man, he's a dog, and he will get in those brawls with people, man. He's a savage. I'm not gonna lie, he's a savage. I can't wait to see him versus Strickland again, or the winner of Hamzat Whitaker. I really want to see Hamzat get the title shot, but Hamzat, we don't know what's going on with him behind the scenes. So let's go into this weekend. This weekend is actually not a bad card. It's a little short, so less fights on this card, but it's a pretty decent card, actually. Kyle Borralho taking on Jared Cannonier in a main event. This is a great main event, by the way. Usually I hear me give shit to some of these Apex cards, but this is a great card. I like this fight a lot. Jared Cannonier is a huge step up in competition for Kyle Borralho, and Kyle Borralho is looking flawless ever since he's been in the UFC. Jared Cannonier, on the other hand, he's looked really good. Just beat Strickland like 2 years ago. Then he beat Vettori, big win. Then, he ran into Nasruddin Imavov and completely got destroyed by Imavov. Finished him in the 4th round. Now he's taking on Kyle Borralho, who's on a 15-fight win streak. So he hasn't lost since his 2nd professional fight. The guy knows how to win. He can strike. He can grapple. He's got a nice little karate style. I wonder if that's going to expose himself to some leg kicks, because Jared Cannonier does have some heavy leg kicks. But Kyle Borralho can grapple. He can strike. And I'm worried about the age of Cannonier at age 40. No testosterone replacement therapy in the UFC anymore. So, being age 40 and it's still at the top of the heap, that's tough, man. So I got to go with Kyle Borralho on this one. I really like Kyle Borralho. He's the real deal, man. He's that dark horse in that division. If he beats Jared Cannonier, you're throwing him up there now in the top 3, top 4 guys, possible title shot mix, because Cannonier's got wins over, like I said, Strawn, Strickland, Vettori. Those are guys that are top guys. Strickland's number 2 right now, and Cannonier beat him, even though a lot of people thought Strickland won. It was a close fight, split decision, but it was close. But I'm going to go with Kyle Borralho on that one. Ricci versus Hill, I don't know. I'll take over 1.5 or over 2.5 on that one. That fight goes to decision. These fights, these odds aren't even out, and you guys. But this one, Neil Magny taking on Michael Morales. Neil Magny coming off a very impressive win. He was a huge underdog fighting that Canadian, Mike Malott. And he was losing the fight. And then in that 3rd round, he turned it around, and ended up finishing Mike Malott. So extremely impressive. He's off and on. He's 50-50. Like, his last fight he won. Then before that he lost. And the one before that he won against Phil Rowe and lost to Gilbert Burns. So he's off and on. He's 1 win, 1 loss. I got to go with Michael Morales on this one. Minus 1,000 the odds makers have him at. Geez, that's disrespectful, to say the least. 25 years old. Neil Magny getting a little older, 37. But Neil Magny's still pretty good, man. The fact that they have him at plus 600, geez, no respect. I got Michael Morales, but that's a really big underdog. And Edmund Shabazian taking on Gerald Meerschaert. Everyone knows I completely can't stand Gerald Meerschaert, so I'm going with our boy Edmund Shabazian on that one. Zachary Reese, huge favorite, minus 650. Should easily get that one done. And Borchev versus Lontop. That's going to be actually a decent fight. Borchev, I'll probably take. I think he has the more experience fighting top-level guys, so I'll go with him on that one. But, yeah, this is a decent card. I like the main event. I'm a fan. I'm excited. This is probably going to be the last one I am able to watch before I head to Vegas. I'll be in Vegas next week, so if you guys need a place to BetUS, promo code Iceman. Let's make that money.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.